Welcome in, everybody. It's Laura from Tenacious Taurus Twin Flame Tarot, and this is going to be a twin flame energy reading. These energies are very intense, and because Twin Soul kind of came through in that new moon energy reading for the weekend check-in, I thought I would dig a little bit deeper, and we're going to pull into the Divine Feminine today, also into the Divine Masculine, and we're kind of going to see where we're at, because I feel we're at this major pivot point as we're in preparation for this Lionsgate energy portal. So I do feel there's going to be a lot of communication coming soon about reevaluating these foundations and how we can build those solid family structures moving forward. So I'm curious to see where both polarities are kind of sitting at, because my energy's been very, very balanced recently. And I kind of feel a lot of ascension energies are really kind of awakening a lot of the divine masculines with these lunar node activations. So let's jump in. I'm not going to talk too much. We're going to dig into the divine feminine's energy first. We're going to kind of see how the divine feminine is viewing the masculine right now. I think the divine feminine's waiting for your blessings. I think, you know, a bunch of rainbow blessings are coming your way. There's a lot of luck and expansion, windfalls, inheritance energies coming through. So I think if you've been feeling stuck, don't worry. Manifest those blessings. Those blessings are definitely on the way, divine feminine. So let's see how the divine feminine is viewing the divine masculine in these energies. How is the feminine viewing the masculine? Interesting. Okay. And how is the divine masculine viewing the divine feminine? Interesting. Let's see here. I'll show you the cards in just one second, guys. Okay, bottom of the deck, there's still that withholding energy. So there is a need to have that open-hearted conversation. There's definitely been a lot of withholding of communication, to say the least. And I do think we're stepping into these higher unions. I do feel the masculine's been withholding his intentions to come forward for that committed partnership. With that apology, I do feel many of the divine masculines are still struggling with some substance abuses, alcoholism, addictive energies for sure. But they're probably likely moving homes this weekend, because the energy is really drawing them towards you, divine feminine, and to kind of have that resolution with all of the kids that were kind of deeply affected in this connection. So how is the feminine viewing the masculine? I think a lot of the feminines are in this energy of they've already embraced this change. They've already gone through this integration and this transformation process. And so I think a lot of the feminines know that the masculines are finally ready to embrace that change. And I do feel a lot of the feminines know or have had that confirmation that that karmic contract is over. It's over. I also feel a lot of the feminines are completely done reliving the past. I feel a lot of the feminines have integrated the lesson. They're done looking back at the past. They're done with any negative attachments when it comes to this connection. And I kind of feel the feminine is kind of ready to just release this once and for all. She's really embraced this change. How is the masculine looking at the feminine? I think the masculine knows the feminine's really closed out all of these cycles. I think, you know, the masculine knows that the feminine's got crystal clear clarity. And I think the masculine fears if he reaches out, you're going to leave him on red like you've left him on red. And I think maybe the masculine knows that you know he's having issues communicating with you. He's definitely secretly withholding all of these energies that he feels towards you. And I think until he moves out of that karmic contract 100%, he's not going to be allowed to come towards you to have that resolution. But let's dig a little bit deeper, and we're going to grab the Quantum Oracle deck. And we're going to get 3 more energies into the divine feminine and into the masculine. And we're going to dig a little bit deeper. So I do think the masculine's secretly planning to come towards you. I think he sees you as, he knows you can read between the lines. He knows you can master and read energy. So he's kind of like stuck between a rock and a hard place. So for the feminine, I think all of your manifestations are finally ready to come together. You are reaching a place on your journey of great achievement. Without a doubt, you are in the present moment, standing in your present power. I feel you're deeply connected to the spiritual realms. And you know that there is a major event coming up. I think get ready to receive a solid offer, a proposal of some sort, because I think your intuition is on point and you have got your manifesting skills mastered. And I kind of feel you are working very closely with the ascended masters in the energies, the angels of the four directions. And the masculine is letting go, is letting go of that false family structure. And look at that. Stepping into those leadership positions, stepping into those teaching roles within the collective. And the twins did come here to share all of this wisdom, to share all of this knowledge, and, you know, to help during this great awakening and this ascension process. So divine feminine, I don't know what you're doing, but keep doing what you're doing. You are just flowing beautifully in these energies and your intuition is on point. So be open to receiving these blessings. You've manifested something and it's all fallen into place is kind of what I'm feeling, because you're kind of at this crossroads. You know you've expanded in your consciousness. And I'm hearing that song Out of the Woods by Taylor Swift. You might want to check it out. And although we might have lost our counterpart, we definitely found who we truly were below the heartbreak, below all of the trauma that was repressed. So I feel you've really harnessed your inner strength, your inner power, and I think you've made it out of the woods. You can finally see clearly now that there is a brand new beginning here. There is going to be great achievement, a higher level of commitment is coming your way. And I think you have taught the masculine a valuable lesson about victim mentality. And what's kept him blocked from this kindred partnership is kind of what I'm feeling. I kind of feel the masculines are hitting that rock bottom as the feminine fully ascends all of these past life timelines and steps into this great achievement. And there is going to be a kindred partnership here, an Ace of Wands, an Ace of Cups, brand new beginning. And the masculine is finally going through this major release. He's letting go of all of these people, places, and things that really had this double loyalty towards him. And I think he's secretly focused on bringing healing light into this family structure, a blended family. I think maybe a lot of these masculines are dreaming about even having a child with you, divine feminine. If you're in the childbearing ages, that's not going to be for everybody. A lot of the twins, though, part of their mission is to conceive that golden child, like that crystal child that's been, you know, out of pure love. And I do feel there's a lot of healing light surrounding the masculine, and I kind of feel like the Wheel of Fortune energy coming through here. So it feels like things are moving forward quickly. I kind of feel like the masculine is up in these higher energies. There's a major shift in consciousness taking place when it comes to this back and forth in regards to leaving behind that false status quo foundation. I feel the masculine's going to be experiencing a major tower, a breakdown of that false foundation, getting ready to come and travel to see you, packing up, moving homes. I think get ready for maybe the masculine to show up at your doorway with some bags packed. And they're afraid. They are definitely afraid, playing into all of these negative thoughts, negative emotions when it comes to coming towards you, because I think you're kind of just at this state of peace, divine feminine, feeling very peaceful, knowing that everything that is meant for you is coming into full fruition because you have set those pure intentions. And I feel, and there's a lot of exposure when it comes to the deception surrounding the masculine and this lack of consciousness. A lot of these masculines are emotionally bankrupt on their heart. And a lot of them have worked hard to build up their foundation, their finances, and maybe they do got a lot of money in the bank. But I don't think they're happy. What's truly going to make them happy is the love of the divine feminine. So it is this very dark, shadowy energy on the masculine's heart. And there's that Michael Jackson energy, and taking a long, hard look in the mirror at everything that's transpired. And I think he's trying to come out of the woods too to see clearly. He's definitely studying and learning and digging into something here. He's doing a little bit of research about this deception surrounding him. I do think the karmic's been gossiping, slandering, and defaming the masculine's name along with the feminine's. And I do think this is all going to be exposed because this is a 5 card. There's going to be a big change. And the slate is about to be wiped clean in order for the twins to come together for that brand new beginning. in order to walk this sacred temple together, in order to walk this journey together. So let's jump in with some Starseed Oracle messages. And I actually did forget to grab the Rose Oracle, so I'm going to have to grab that. They want me to use that deck as well today. So we're going to get in to the feminine's energy first, and then we'll get into the masculines. So we'll see what needs to come through with this deck. The Seas of Mintaka. Forge, don't follow a new earth. Bottom of the deck. We the Hathors. So right now you're going through this birthing portal, Divine Feminine. A manifestation portal. A lot of the Divine Feminines were the ones that seeded these new earth energies, seeing all of the potential when it comes to their mission. And I feel a lot of the feminines are bravely stepping into paving that new path. We're not here to be those followers, Divine Feminine. We are here to be those leaders, those way showers. So be that leader that you wish you had. And you know, forge, don't follow, because this is happening, guys. We are manifesting these new earth energies. It's happening. It's happening, this Lionsgate. So we really need to hold that highest vision. And we need to really go into that deep heart space, that deep love in the heart space, as we kind of birth the divine masculine into our reality. So I feel a lot of the masculines have been deep in isolation. They've kind of been asked to wait, to take action, as all of these energies are kind of woven behind the scenes. A lot of these masculines are very disconnected from the community, very disconnected from any physical connection with another, deep in isolation. They're showing me the Hermit card in this cosmic journey of things kind of being woven. And I do feel light body activations in the energies. There's a lot being transmitted when it comes to these activations in order for the masculine to take accountability. So I feel manifestation energies for sure. And the masculine is getting ready to come forward and take that honest accountability and bring forward that accountability. So get ready for the masculine to finally face his true north node. A lot of these micromanaging energies that the masculine's been trying to control everything below the surface are no longer going to be controlled, because divine will always supersedes free will. When the time says it's activation time, it's really time to face your true north node. So that first wave of twins, I feel, is coming in, and you're going to need to trust the timing, because right now the veil of illusion is being lifted. And I think a lot of the masculines are questioning everything in their lives. Anything unaligned must go as we kind of birth these new earth energies. So let's grab some Rose Oracle messages. The Sun. Definitely returning to a state of success, vitality, life force energy, and a lot of deep inner child healing has been taking place recently. And I kind of feel this is like the eclipse that is needed for the masculine to release that final layer of indecision, is kind of what I'm feeling. So let's see what needs to come through for the twins with the Rose Oracle. The Anointed, yes, absolutely. The Crowning, Trust in the Seasons, bottom of the deck. Rose without thorns. I don't know if you can see that. The lighting's kind of bad. So I actually got a new ring light camera stand for my birthday, and I have not had a chance to figure it out yet. I'm definitely technologically illiterate. Definitely need to look into getting a manager or something of some sort. But Divine Feminine, you have the right to own your joy. Do not let anybody take that peace from you. Detach from any outside sources. So it is that anointing, the crowning, and the masculine is preparing to answer the call to step into that leadership position, embracing self-empowerment. And I feel a lot of soul gifts have recently been activated as the masculine goes through the crowning. I remember the crowning, the Kundalini activation, and the crowning, and the integration of these energies. So I feel the masculine is going through this very intense initiation, crossing that threshold of this birth, of this rebirth, and getting ready to have a seat at your table, Divine Feminine. So you're just going to need to trust that the masculine is embracing these changes. He is closing out all of these past life cycles and going through a period of transition and growth. And I feel all of those thorns on the heart have been healed on the feminine's end. And I feel grandmother blessings are coming. Grandmother blessings are coming. So remember your deep roots. A lot of us do have a grandmother on the other side serving as a spiritual guide. Trust in the weavings, because those blessings are coming forward. The angels have heard your prayers and they know what you have gone through on this transformation journey. And we are in preparation of that sacred union. But we have to have that beloved union from within first, Divine Feminine. When we have union on the inside, all of our outer relationships just unify. So I do believe there's a lot of protection, but you are going to have to put in those firm boundaries this weekend, Divine Feminine, and get ready to receive a lot of clear communication as we prepare for this sacred union. So let's read out of the book. I've not really used these cards very often, so we're going to read into the Anointed first. Because it does feel like that spiritual activation as the masculine is being asked to answer that call into leadership. So the masculine is definitely being called to step forward and lead, and to choose the path that his soul chose to walk this lifetime, and to find the courage to walk through this portal gateway. I feel a lot of ancient Egyptian timelines have been activated, and the masculine, I do feel, is preparing to take that first step. To gather up his strength and to embrace these gifts and to be ready to show them and to share them. So I feel a lot of shedding when it comes to any external distractions and noises in the masculine's life that really have been stopping him from being his authentic self, from realizing what it is he needs to do. And many of us on the twin flame journey, we have trained for this for many, many lifetimes. And it's kind of time to acknowledge the arrival of this initiation as the next leg of the journey kind of accelerates. So the masculine is being called to deeply trust this call that he's been hearing, to lead, to lead, to lead. And the path he is here to pave with the feminine, he is being asked to walk that walk right now. So a lot of ancient initiate timelines. A lot of the divine masculines are coming into their healing gifts, their visionary creativity, and their leadership magnificence. So I feel the masculine is finally getting ready to go his own way and to trust the road that is beckoning him forward, because the divine feminine has definitely been beckoning him forward. So let's look into the crowning, the initiation. So I think the masculine knows this time has been coming for quite a while, and he can no longer remain in this constraining, restrictive, karmic contract. He knows it's time to birth this new energy and to surrender to the unknown, as all of this metaphysical energy kind of intertwines. And this initiation really is asking the masculine to go into the deep waters of that inner child healing in order to birth these new earth energies. So preparing to cross the threshold, walking through the gates of this initiation with courage and faith. So I feel we're rolling out all of those old soul contracts. We're closing them out. We're transitioning from old earth to new earth, and we're being called to seed this new energy from within. So something deep inside is really festering in the masculine's life when it comes to surrendering to this initiation, surrendering to his own innate power and wisdom from within, knowing that everything is connected, tapping into his cosmic intelligence and everything that has existed within all of life. So I do feel this rebirth energy, and the masculine is coming forward as he truly was before the karmic contract. So let's look at this sacred union, and we're going to keep going here, guys. We're going to dig a little bit deeper. 118 for the sacred union. Beloved within, inner and outer relationship. So a lot of the integration we've been doing over the last several years has been about understanding all of these relationship patterns and how they've stretched us beyond our limitations. And so there's going to be this reconnection after a long period of division and separation. And, you know, this is a love that hurts like heaven. And we all know the pain of that awakening. It is a love that hurts, but it also hurts like heaven. It brings you to these higher realities. I do feel the masculine's working on clearing that throat chakra a lot of congestion in the throat recently. So I kind of feel divine feminine, you're really going to need to show the masculine compassion after all of this separation. So I feel send that energetic invite for his return, because we are returning to each other. We're returning to ourselves. And this is the sacred union that we've always been praying for and waiting for. So I feel a lot of the feminines are in that sacred union from within. And a lot of the feminines really have mastered all of these ancient teachings when it comes to this Heros Gamos union. So we are entering into these sacred marriages and this mystic healing energy. And I do feel a lot is alchemizing when it comes to the teachings we are here to bring forward. So, you know, it goes all the way back to Isis and Osiris timeline. And I've been shown that timeline many times over to understand the sacredness of the masculine and the feminine from within. So as we go through this sacred union integration, any external relationships that have served as a block are being released as we deepen this union from within first, divine feminine. And so I do feel we are preparing to deepen this connection with our beloved. And I do feel a lot of the masculines are facing a lot of challenging relationship dynamics in order for him to prepare to release everything that's come between you and him. So sacred union, the divine masculine returning as the feminine returns to herself, because this is about our humanitarian mission. It's not just about us. It's so much bigger than us. So the masculine is being asked to grow through these relationship challenges. He's being tested, he's being stretched, and he's definitely longing for the divine feminine. And this invitation is asking him to deepen this space in his heart and to bring forward that reciprocity and to embrace the divine feminine's love once and for all. So there's a lot going on in the energies. Let's keep going, guys, and see what needs to come through with the tarot. I'm actually going to use the Tarot of the Divine. What do we get? The Ace of Swords and the Moon. So get ready for that wake-up call. All of these karmic knots are coming undone. The masculine is breaking free from that karmic web of lies. And this is the moon where everything kind of comes full circle and we bridge heaven and earth. If you notice the bridge, we mend these broken bridges from the past. So get ready for a lot of truth, revelations. I feel a lot of the masculines are experiencing a very intense awakening, ascension energy. So let's dig into the divine feminine's energy first. What needs to come through on the divine feminine side, the Hierophant. Yeah, you've definitely mastered your connection to God's source. A lot of the feminines do have that direct connection to God's source and the angels, and you're definitely climbing the ladder towards success. And I do think you might be presented with two options coming up here. Let's see what else needs to come through for the feminine. And that's it. All right, bottom of the deck, Six of Swords. You're ready to leave the past behind. You are in this very calm, peaceful energy. And that's bringing in that truth, that conversation with the divine masculine, the King of Swords. So here you are, divine feminine. You've achieved that inner union. You've achieved that higher state of consciousness. And there's that Taurus energy, right? It is Taurus energy. So get ready to birth these divine unions. It's taken you a lot of strength to climb these ladders, to climb the ladder to success, to go through this ascension journey. And I feel you're going to be presented with a choice coming up here this weekend when it comes to choosing between two pathways, because I do feel the divine feminines are going to be free to go wherever they choose to go now that you've kind of achieved that inner union. Just as the masculine utilized his free will, it will ultimately be your choice. But I do feel the masculine does intend to come in for that union, for that wedding. We got two energies of commitment coming out, both on the feminine side as well as the masculine side. So interesting. You both only got 3 cards out. So the masculine's coming in. Yes, he is. So expect to hear something from your masculine and offer an invite. He wants to work with you, and he does want this spiritual union. So there is going to be a reconnection, I feel. And there's likely going to be an apology coming for all of the drama, all of the chaos, all of the conflict, all of the struggles. I feel a lot of the masculines are definitely in the throes of it when it comes to this moon cycle. And I think you kind of know. You know your Ten of Cups is coming. You know that truth is on the way and wishes are being granted. So release any residual grief on the heart when it comes to this missed opportunity from the past. Release any grief, because what was lost is returning home to you, Divine Feminine. And the angels acknowledge the strength that it took you to build that foundation for yourself, to mother yourself, to nurture yourself, to step into authenticity. And we're not going to be crying no more, Divine Feminine. Everything we've prayed for is coming forward. So trust that truth and accountability is going to be spoken. There's going to be an apology. Look at that white rabbit. A lot of the Divine Feminines are the Divine Masculine's favorite white rabbit. You are their lucky charm. So there is ultimate contentment coming. I do believe this breakdown of all of the old is finally complete with this moon cycle. And you just might want to spend a little bit of time in reflection to make sure you've released any outside sources. But we're cutting through the lies. We're cutting through all of this karmic entanglement. And we are coming forward with that truth in our highest divinity. So let's grab a couple of twin flame oracle messages. And then I'm going to pull with some animal spirit cards, as well as the divine doorway and the Starseed oracle deck. So yeah, beautiful. So a lot flipping out on the feminine side. Very interesting manifestation. Yeah, you are coming into all of your co-creative desires. So anything you've prayed for and manifested in those higher realities is finally being grounded, because we are entering into this soul merger. We will be reconnecting and spending time with our twin soul. This is an eternal loving connection, and we're definitely learning all of these valuable soul lessons. So, you know, we all kind of got to look at the silver lining in the situation. And I do feel there's been a lot of astral travel at nighttime. There's been a lot of meetings in the fifth dimension in dream space. And I do feel, oh my goodness, the masculine is cutting all of those cords, cutting all of those karmic attachments, so he can start anew with love with you, and releasing all of these underlying programmed beliefs, underlying limitations and blocks. Is there anything else that needs to come through on the divine masculine side? Get grounded. So yeah, there's a lot of ascension energies, as the masculine, you know, gets outside of himself. I think he's definitely hitting that rock bottom, hitting his knees like the feminine did, and seeking that forgiveness. It's kind of like this judgment day energy. So I feel a lot of involvement when it comes to healing miracles, and we are kind of tapping into all of this higher learning and study. And the feminine really did hold the key when it comes to this twin flame blueprint. So the more you activate that blueprint song, the easier it is to have this reunion. So there's big changes in the wind. We're shifting out of all of these difficulties. We're coming into a state of balance, and any unresolved issues when it comes to parental wounding, they're all surfacing up right now for that final clearing when it comes to all of these unresolved inner child issues and wounds, for that deep-seated healing in order for us to have that balance. So I think a lot of reflection recently on all of our negative human patterning when it comes to our gender roles, and clearing all of this family ancestral karma from our lineage once and for all. So get ready to receive that communication, because there is going to be a fated meeting imminent, and self-love is going to be key. And this moon energy is definitely being felt. So very soon we are entering into the alchemy of this union. So divine feminine and masculine, you're going to want to shield yourself from any harsh energies. You're going to want to protect yourself, because the divine is working hard to bring the two of you together. So pay attention to the signs and the synchronicities that are coming up, because we are in that home stretch. So let's get a couple of spirit animal messages. Oh, we'll see what needs to come through on the divine feminine side for spirit animal energy. And we'll see what needs to come through on the masculine side. What needs to come through for the feminine. We get the deer or the bear. The bear. It's the bear. Mama bear. We got a leg up. Mama bear. And on the divine masculine side, we get the cow. All right, so divine feminine, you're embracing a lot of healing. You're embracing your own inner divinity and this emotional vulnerability. And what a beautiful energy. Kind of sitting in the same energy. The cow represents fertility, purity, and divinity. So a lot of ancient Egyptian timelines are coming up. Both of these are kind of talking about the Egyptian timeline. So I kind of feel the feminine is just dancing with life, and she's sent that rattle recall out for the masculine to return because she's ready to be reborn is what I feel. And on the masculine side, he's definitely going through a lot of purification when it comes to Greco-Roman timelines and the sacredness of the death of the god Osiris. So that's interesting that that came out twice. So Isis does represent the wife of Osiris. And so it is this integration of the alchemy of those timelines as well, associated with abundance and fertility. So a lot of abundance is coming for the twins. And I kind of feel the crow, that energy haunts me. So a lot of metamorphosis energies are coming through. Like we're coming out of that caterpillar stage and we're ready to completely embody the butterfly for this renewal. So this is a symbolic energy of soul retrieval, soul gift retrieval. A lot of the divine feminines are stepping into their goddess energy, stepping into this new life, emerging from the cocoon. And I feel a lot of the masculines are tapping into their instinctual energy as this elusive energy around the divine feminine has gone through this regeneration and this renewal. There's going to be like that stag energy, that rising, because the masculine is definitely looking at the feminine as a sacred goddess. And the energy is summoning the masculine and to answer the call and to journey towards the feminine. A lot of higher frequencies. And this is also linked to the legend of King Arthur. Those of you that know me, I'm a dear fan of the King Arthur timeline. So this is a deer that will lead Sir Gawain into the woods to begin his adventure. So I feel the masculine's been in the woods, getting ready to rise as that King Arthur energy to be summoned into this renewal, into this transformation. And I do feel with the crow, very spiritual animal. I have crows come here in my area every winter, and my daughter and I actually rescued a crow that was hit by a car I forget exactly when, but we rescued a crow because I know the spiritual wisdom that they hold. So a lot of synonymous energies, a lot of powerful magic with this new moon portal. And I feel we're being warned that the time is now to approach. Like the masculine knows it's time to approach and to restore the orders of the heavens when it comes to, you know, all of this abundance and prosperity that the twins came here to manifest. And so I feel the masculine's been completely burned by the karmic, and he's ready to emerge blackened by the flames and to fulfill that promise with the divine feminine, promise to never hurt her again. So it's kind of like a phoenix rising from the ashes energy, a lot of renewal, symbolism coming up, transformation, and the promise of abundance. So, and then that kingfisher on the bottom of the deck. And I always said if I ever had a son, I was going to name him Fisher William. And thank God I never had a son. But because I don't know that he'd be happy with the name Fisher. But I kind of feel like we're really closing out all of these old timelines, and it is about peace, abundance, and love, and honoring the loyalty and the royalty of these higher connections. So it is representing husband energy. So I feel the masculine is ready to come forward completely devoted and transformed to the feminine as that benevolent husband. And this is a connection unmatched by anything else that you've ever experienced. So a lot of reflection when it comes to the love the masculine has for the feminine and the promise that he made to her in those higher energies, Jupiter coming through. So there was some aspects with Jupiter this new moon eclipse, and I do feel a lot of abundance. So get ready to come into a windfall of abundance of some sort this weekend, divine feminine. We're going to grab some starseed energies ascending We are ascending all of these old timelines, evolving into these higher states of consciousness. And we are ready. We are ready for this love. We are ready to live in our truth and to share our love that's in our soul in order for us to step into freedom. So the masculine is getting ready to follow his heart and to nurture his soul and to come forward with that truth, to have courage to speak that truth, because I do feel starseed activations, because we are here to raise the vibration of the planet through the love that we hold for one another and this journey. And I do feel freedom from all of those restrictions and negative conditions. So judgment energy, once again, that final judgment call, that final verdict. And that's what we got. So reflection. And isn't that what this journey does? It gets you to look in the mirror. Because we reflect all of these fears, all of these past life timelines. And it is through the reflection of the one who mirrors your hidden self that you can truly tap into the freedom and the visions of the future. So a lot of reflection over the years, and I feel we're finally ready for that face-to-face, to finally look at each other face-to-face and have that open-hearted conversation. So be still. Your patience is definitely paying off, because the destiny of the twins is about to unfold in a very magical, beautiful way this weekend. So reflect on the journey, reflect on it with love, kindness, and compassion, and know that you're getting ready to receive that communication. So we'll see what kind of divine doorway messages need to come through. I thought I saw another one flip. Yeah, so that soul song energy, Jude's song, I feel you're finally at that highest resonance, and the masculine is feeling very lost. He's feeling like a hopeless basket case without you, divine feminine. And as you kind of stay in that peaceful energy, that is drawing him in, because change is a beckoning, and it's time to let the sun set on the past. So a huge turn of events, a huge release and unfurling of all of these old cords, all of these old painful cords. Everything is dissolving, because our path is shifting drastically this weekend. We're stepping into these new leadership roles, this new way of being. As this change beckons, I do feel we're going a little bit deeper. We're not quite finished yet. We got to dig a little bit deeper, and I think it's going to take that heart-to-heart conversation. So I do feel a lot of blessings are coming forward. So honor your sacred space this weekend, because the masculine is preparing to bare his soul and clear the air. And that's what I have for a twin flame check-in for the new moon in Taurus solar eclipse. I hope this helped, guys. I hope this resonated. If you would like to book a personal or a twin flame reading with me, please feel free to check out that description box below. And I look forward to seeing you all again next time. Thank you.